Yeah, that's a good intro. What's up, man?
Not much. Just doing the Zoom shows, keeping it real, man.
The Zoom shows. Well, you led me to exactly where I want to start off, where I need backup on this week. So
Okay.
we'll forego the pleasantries because I am so fired up. We did a Zoom show earlier today. We've been doing these like charity. It's a combination of comedy show online and also raising money for the food bank for like different corporate meetings that have Zoom meetings.
And I don't know about you, but I'm doing it for the cash.
Yeah, the sweet cash. I'm actually getting paid in the food at the food bank.
You're getting Feeding America coupons?
I'm just figure I'm going to be using that food bank my whole life. And so if I just make sure it's supported, I'll always have a support system. So anyway, we do a lot of these, and we did one today, and they have to be clean. Now, you might be watching this go, what does that mean? Well, basically, what does clean comedy really mean? I mean, it's like don't swear, but there's more than that sometimes. It's basically no one can be upset after the show.
It's funny that you say what is clean, because like there's so many different, I mean, I've been at shows where like, yeah, keep it clean. I mean, if one or two C words slip out, that's fine. Wait, what?
I did not think that's where you're going. Yeah. One or two C words slip out. The C word rarely slips out. The C word is usually ejected with such animus and force. It comes out like a freaking comet. It never just kind of falls out. Maybe if you're like Irish, the way they talk, it falls out. But I'm never like caught off guard, like, whoops, said the C word in front of my mother-in-law again.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Whoops.
No, so we got to be clean, like not swear and be, but we're both professionals. You know, we've been doing comedy a long time. No sweat for guys like us, right? I'm doing my show, and I get this text in the middle of my show to keep it more PG. And first of all, that's these Zoom shows. There's a lot of drawbacks. That's one of them right there. That someone can text you during your set.
Right, with the little chat option, right?
No, like it actually texts on my phone. So like my phone, and then the way my laptop works, it blares up on my screen, so I can't even avoid it. So I'm reading this text like, you're doing poorly as you're performing. It's like the ultimate.
Do better.
Right. Oh, good note. Thank you. I will adjust. Start doing someone else's act. So no, I said keep it more PG, but then you don't know which joke. I had no idea which joke set him off.
So then you're probably scrolling, what have I done, while you're telling your current joke.
Right. And then you're like, well, what do I have left that was anyway similar? So anyway, not to tell any tales out of school here, but they first of all, they didn't like the word crack. Now, is crack not in the like in a sidewalk, but like the drug? But is crack itself
and not in the butt?
No. But that's dirtier. Crack of the butt is dirtier than crack of the cocaine.
Well, it depends on the butt.
Right. You have a bidet or not.
Right.
But I would say that crack, like you could say crack on the Tonight Show or something, right?
Yeah, that blows my mind that's like, ooh, he said crack.
But then the one that really, so this is where I mean, you're going to back me up. I'm not even, this is like a formality. I know you're going to back me up on this. But
this is just for the fans.
This is just for the many, many fans.
Right.
But the one that really got me was I made a joke about people in 6-bedroom houses. And he was like, well, the lady has a 7-bedroom house who booked the show. Like he was worried about that. But I was like, if you can't laugh at yourself from a 7-bedroom house, right, where exactly are you going to laugh at yourself from? Like, who is ever going to have the ability to ever poke fun at themselves? So anyway, I was all fired up about that. Have you must have done shows where they asked you to be clean and you didn't quite.
Yeah. I mean, well, I told you, I don't know. I don't think we were recording, but I told you about that show, that private show where I started out by telling them they were all nerds. And then
All right.
feedback was, she didn't like that you called them nerds right out of the gate. It put you on a bad. I was like, that's what she basically told me.
You know what's funny about that is that there's no nerdier behavior than complaining about being called a nerd.
Right.
It's like the nerdiest thing you can do. About the comedian called us nerds, and we didn't appreciate that. We are definitely not nerds.
I have one thing that's weird is like, because at clubs sometimes it's nice. I mean, you and I are both, generally speaking, clean comics.
Legendary professionals.
Right. Legendary professionals.
Yeah, clean comics. Yeah, that too.
Right. But like sometimes at the clubs, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to do a dirtier show, where I'm, I'll say the F word or shit or whatever. And then, but like, so I'll do a show and I'm like, oh, I cussed, more than normal that show. And then because we're not talking about like, graphic sexual whatever, people come up to you afterwards and they're like, oh my God, that was thank you for keeping it clean. So rare these days. And you're like, I'm pretty sure I said fuck a couple times in there.
You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady?
Yeah. Jeez, clean out your C word.
Sorry, that just slipped out.
Yeah, whoops.
I'm gonna start using the C word. I'm sorry, that just slips out sometimes. I apologize. No, that happens constantly to me, where people go thank me for doing a clean show, and it's like, oh man, I thought I was being edgy.
Right? Yeah.
I thought I was trying to shock you guys. Like, thank you for being so plain and nice.
Right.
And immediately forgettable. We really a lot of these times you go to the comedy shows and the comics memorable. We like that you wear a button-down shirt, and we're gonna forget about you immediately.
Yeah, thank you for being bland and vanilla.
Yeah,
we had a lovely, lovely Saturday night.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh man, yeah, of course. So of course I support you with that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would say like I have a number of areas I need backup on. Let's go ahead and set a rule. No, if we're going to be doing this virtual comedy thing much longer, how about no texting the comedian during the performance that you're watching? Like the old rule used to be don't text, while you're watching a show, but don't text the performer.
Don't text the entertainer while they're entertaining.
Right. That would be a good rule of thumb. And then, I can make fun of people with 7-bedroom houses. I would say has to be my prerogative. That's fair game. And crack. You should be able to say crack.
Crack's not dirty. Crack.
It's a funny word, crack.
What else did he say? He said crack, and when I mentioned lube.
You said lube. That was a no-no.
Yeah. Oof.
And then, I don't know.
That's part of my X-rated set.
Yeah. God forbid we lube. We're like 90,000 people have died of the plague, but we're worried about saying lube on a show. God. We're still there. That actually makes me hopeful for the future that we can still get upset about saying crack and lube when everyone's dying of this disease.
And we're getting like we are spoiled doing these shows because like it's funny. I was doing this show with our good buddy Andy Hendrickson, and I could tell. And I did a show with Carmen, and I guess she hadn't done one. Well, she does tons of shows, but like you can tell because I'll do 2 or 3 a day sometimes. You get really.
Well, we used to
a bunch of them. Yeah, but like Andy was like, you could just tell sometimes when the comic gets on, and you can tell, they haven't talked to anyone all day. They've just been starving to entertain, and then they go really long, and they're just like so into it, and just like, oh yeah, I've been getting spoiled.
We're getting it out of our system, and I'm doing a podcast with you. I mean, I'm getting a lot of talking done I'm probably doing more speaking overall in the quarantine than before it, because my life before it was very on the road, flying, hotels, home. And then when I was home, obviously I'm talking to my wife, but now I'm home all the time. I'm talking to my wife. We got our brother-in-law here. I'm doing these podcasts and doing these virtual shows. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for right now.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Get it. Get it.
Except for
Get
this.
it done. Someone give us a cure to this thing. I'm tired of talking. No, but what do you need backup on this week, Johnny?
All right, so this was something that happened to me. I don't know if I just need you to tell me, of course, that was not an overreaction or uncalled for. So I'm with my two of my three kids on bikes, and the neighbor kids, friends. They're the mom, and then their two kids are on bikes, and the mom is walking with a stroller with the new baby. So it's me and four kids on bikes, and we are going to a bike. We're riding around the bike path, whatever, and it's it's a bike path in Madison, Wisconsin, where people are going for walks. I mean, everyone's walking, everyone's doing everything now that we're in quarantine, no one's working, whatever. So everyone's out. So I'm with these four kids. My son can't get on and off his bike on his own. So in the middle of a path, he stops, and I'm like, oh, we got to move over. There's more people coming. And so we're all like right next to the path. We're not on the bike path. And these two guys, these older guys in, bike helmets, Oakley, like they got the whole expensive bike, like they are on they got their, 20 speed, and they're just shooting by. And as they're speeding up, and as they go by, he's approaching, he goes, really bad place to stop, guys. Like, and so I'm just like, are you kidding? And so I just said, oh, sorry, I'll be sure to tell the 4 and 5-year-old kids they're stupid. And that's what I yelled back. And I told my wife, and she was like, oh, you didn't say that, did you? And I was like, yes, of course I did. The guy's an idiot. He's like scolding.
Oh my
out.
God.
Like, first of all, that does nothing. He did it as he's passing us to be like, screw you. It's not like, oh, look out on your left or change anything. It's just, I'm mad at you for doing what you're doing.
No,
I'm with four kids.
It's the total passive aggressive, like oh really, we're gonna, okay, and also, tough guy, you're on a bike, we can never catch you. Right. You know what I mean? It's like basically an internet commenter, like, I'm not gonna be able to catch up to you. He waited till, like, come say it to my face on a slower bike. How about that?
Yeah. I could have. I should have been like, all right, kids, stay here. Wait for your mom. I'll be right back. And then I should have just taken off after him and knocked him off his bike.
What'd you say? Car.
Yeah.
I don't understand. So what did he want you? He wanted you to, like, get off the bike path to.
I don't know. We were off the bike. We were just right next to it. Like, they stopped. They stopped on it, and then I was like, oh, guys, we got to scoot over. So by the time they even came, we weren't on the bike path. We were just next to it, and they were probably nervous. All these kids, one of them's going to jump out in front of my bike. And so he just yelled that, like, well, what? Okay.
I don't even like when they say, because I'm just thinking back when I've been on the bike path. I don't even like when people are like, on your left. There's no way to say on your left without it sounding like, get out of the way, you fat loser. You know what I mean? It's always like, on your left.
Right.
Like, no one can say it in a friendly, just alerting you way.
Yeah. Anytime they get said to me, I have a panic attack, and I'm like, what? I should go to my left? And then I start, and I'm like, oh, wait, what? So I just kind of freeze up whenever I hear anything.
On your left, you're like, okay, 15 bike pile up.
Whoops.
Maybe you are a problem on the bike paths. No.
Maybe.
That's horrible. And, like, don't you feel like that? Me and my wife Heidi were talking about this, but people seem like they're in a weird mood out there, little extra animosity, right? I think, like, in a non-quarantine world, maybe that guy doesn't do that and isn't screaming at children, but, like, it does seem like people are a little more on edge.
Stuff's coming out in other ways.
Everybody's looking at everybody else like they're a potential COVID bomb, and then they don't. Then the humanity is being lost a little bit. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But that was a quick comeback though by you. I would never be that. I would never be that clever in the moment.
I mean, in my head, I was like, is he really he's mad at children? My son's 5. there's another 5-year-old, and I was like, are you kidding? So I just yelled that, and then I didn't even realize it till after. I mean, he's already halfway up the hill, and I yelled it, and then I'm like, oh, I basically just called these kids I'm next to stupid.
Well, that's funny too.
They don't know sarcasm. I'm like, oh, I'll be sure to tell these 4-year-olds they're stupid. Hey guys, you did nothing wrong. Okay, you're not stupid.
Daddy was just using you as an example.
Yeah.
But the what's funny about that too is like the kids didn't even know, because the kids probably didn't hear like the original comment, or like it wouldn't have registered. Great place to stop.
Right.
And the kids might be like, yeah, this is a great place to stop. This is where I stopped. Where else was I gonna go,
mister?
But then you had to call attention to it. Yeah, they're really stupid. I get it. Yeah, these kids are morons. Thanks, buddy. Now they know. Now they know how dumb they are.
Yeah.
Do you feel better? This doesn't sound like I'm backing you up, but
No, it doesn't. But I know you are in your heart.
No. I think it's right. I hope those guys heard you. Do you think they heard you?
Got hit by a car. What's that? Yeah. I think that, yes. I don't know. They heard the beginning anyway. It's kind of a mouthful. It's kind of like
right. So wait, what the beginning? What about? I hope these kids. No, what did you say again?
I just said I'll be sure to tell these.
So that's all.
I'll be sure to tell these 5-year-olds they're stupid.
That's all he probably just heard. Like, I'll be sure to tell him. He's like, I bet he finished that with, kids, that was a stupid place to stop. That gentleman is correct, and we're gonna not do that anymore. Let's go apologize.
But it made me feel better knowing.
But you feel better about it. I would feel better about it. That was great. Like, quick in the moment, nice little comeback. I bet he did hear you.
Good.
I hate the bicycle people with your super
weird
gear.
Shorts.
Yeah, the shorts, and like, it's like, just if you have that much money, just get a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got like 19,000. My buddy Mike, he always like was talking about like, I put $3,000 into this bike. It's like, what is wrong with you? And it doesn't have an engine.
Get a car.
$3,000.
That's a nice car.
And then his bike got stolen, and everybody laughed at him. But yeah,
That's a feel-good ending to the story.
Yeah. No, I don't understand people who put like a bike should be like laborious. You shouldn't be like Lance Armstrong or whatever. If you're going to ride on a bike path, like a nice, like old-fashioned looking bike that looks like it's not that efficient, maybe a couple different speeds on it, but not like some super, I hate those super bikes, like you're actually trying to get somewhere fast. It's not the point.
You got to worry about it when you park it. Bikes are supposed to be like no kickstand. You just throw it down and then you pick it up when you get back out.
You're getting it like detailed once a month. Take it to
I got to get the chain greased. I got to take my bike in.
Do people have names for their bicycle? You know how people like name their hot rod or their boat? Nobody names their bike, right?
I don't
know. Probably not.
I named my wiener when I was a kid.
You did? What was it?
Yeah, but not my bike. I think it was George.
Named George?
Yeah.
George. Yeah, it's very workmanlike.
Like George of the Jungle. It's very workmanlike.
Yeah, George. It's not like George. Exciting.
It was from Dumbo. Remember the part where the mouse gets drunk and he's hugging all the bubbles of himself and he goes, "Hiya, George." That
Wait, you saw Dumbo and then named your wiener?
Well, not right after. I just
Oh, okay. That's what you got from that movie? Oh man, that was sad.
I named everything.
I gotta name my dick. What'd you name your balls after Titanic?
Yeah. So you never named your ding dong?
I don't think I ever did, to be honest with you.
No, you had kind of a.
But I loved the movie Dumbo, though. But it never occurred to me to name.
No. Well, obviously, it had a real special place in my heart. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. No. Oh, speaking of heart, that's a good transition. I got my next one.
Okay,
You
let's
ready?
hear it. Yes.
Do you watch this show? It's like a Bachelor spinoff. Did you ever watch? Do you watch The Bachelor? Do you guys watch The
No.
Bachelor or Bachelorette?
No.
You're out, totally
I know
out.
you and Heidi do, but no,
Yeah. We watch it. So there's a spinoff. It's called Listen to Your Heart, and it's like it's
Okay.
like a combination between The Bachelor and like American Idol. So they got these like musicians and singers who are also single and like hot bachelor type people, and put them in a house, and they have to like pair up, and then the couple who is the most in love and does the best singing wins, and then they win some sort of record deal or something. Okay. So there's incentive to not only do good singing, but then to also be super in love. So it's like a competition to who can like fall in love the fastest, the hardest, or whatever. So it's very stupid.
And be a
And
singer, so you have to be a good singer and a good reality show person.
Yes, and they couple up, so they perform duets. And part of the thing is like you have to perform as if you're in love. You know what I mean? Like that factors into your score.
I don't.
You don't know? What is this you're not understanding? No, it's like it factors into your performance, how like if the judges buy that you guys are really in love, right?
Okay.
So if they think you're being like you have no chemistry, that hurts you. So because they're duets every time.
Okay.
So it's basically like if you're not a good enough singer to be on American Idol and you're not quite hot enough to be on The Bachelor, like this is the show that you you get on. So we watch it because my wife loves The Bachelor and Bachelorette, and so we watch it, and we have this disagreement. Now she thinks that there's this couple that went home, and sometimes they're not like.
This is a very specific
I know.
topic. You need backup for it. Okay.
I'm gonna get there, I promise.
Okay.
Now, there's this. Okay, it sounds so stupid, but like, I think it's like everybody just wants to get the record deal, and I think that everybody's strategically partnering up with whoever they think the best singer is, and then and then they're going to try and win that way. And she's like, no, but come on. She thinks that there actually is human emotion behind the decisions being made on the show. And I think it's like 100% ambition. I'm like, if they're ambitious enough to put themselves on a reality show in this format to become famous, they're not thinking about true love. So I guess what I'm saying, do you back me up that there's no chance that they're actually like falling in love with each other? Or do you think it could be real? But you don't watch these shows, so what? Maybe you don't.
I mean, I'm familiar with the concept of these shows, and I 100% agree with you. Like, I don't believe an ounce of emotion goes into, like, I would be the most annoying person to watch those shows with.
Oh, see,
my wife has some shows, and I'll be like, well, that doesn't make. Oh, really? How many takes did they? How many times do you think they said that? Like, I'm the annoying person, so I totally do not think there's any. Oh, I think they're really in love.
Well, it sucks. Like living in that's one thing that sucks about living in Los Angeles is you realize all your favorite shows are like fake. Like Blind Date and all those great shows. You're like, oh, those were just like Judge Judy. So like, oh, it was just all fake. They were all just actors. You get like the casting call to be on, Judge Judy, and you're like, oh, I thought it was real. It's no, but I don't know. So it's like, yeah, I think first of all, it's not because I told her like, put yourself in that situation. Like, you want to be a famous singer. You're not going to throw everything away because you're not in love. You know what I mean? Like in love with some person that you met 2 weeks ago. It doesn't make any sense. You're just going to try and do whatever you can to win the goddamn record deal.
Yeah, to win the show or whatever, get the deal, and then throw them by the wayside, deal with
But
it
the
then.
funniest part about the show is that then the judges will always be, so then when they perform at the end of the episode, the judges will always be like one vaguely relevant singer, or like somebody with like some real prestige, like they got like Jewel on.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they'll have some reality star type person like Ashley Simpson or something will be a judge. But then they have a former bachelor or bachelorette, and then they're the person they felt like got with on the show or got married to. And then they go to each one for like comments. But then like what is the bachelor gonna say about the singer? Like, oh wow, I thought that was pretty great how you guys got up there and sang the song. Like where's his critiques gonna come from? He's a guy who fell in love on TV. So anyway, that, and they do, or
maybe they're critiquing the other aspect. Maybe they're critiquing, oh, you really made it look like you were in love together, like we did when we were on our show.
Right, you guys are great at faking it. That was fantastic. Yes. You sold it for the cameras very well. But I was thinking, like, if that was like a comedy thing, right? Like, what if it was like if they combined a Last Comic Standing and a like Bachelor situation? Like, you wouldn't be thinking like, who am I going to get married to? You'd just be trying to win the money.
Yeah,
you'd make a deal with whoever you get coupled up. You're going to try and couple up with the funniest other person, and then you're just going to like fake it until you win. That's for sure what
I would 69 Yakov Smirnov for the ratings. You know what I mean?
I would 69 Yakov Smirnov. In Russia, C-word eats you.
It's funny. I was at the Comedy and Magic Club, and I worked with him. He was doing his set,
Yeah.
And it was one of those 10 comic shows, and one of the guys. Oh, it was Preacher Moss. Is he the one that did America's Got Talent?
Preacher Lawson.
Yeah, and he didn't know he had to bring up Yakov, and so he was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Yakov Smirnov," and he was like, "No, you're messing with me. What is it?" He's like, "Yeah," and he just couldn't pronounce. Like, he'd never even. Not only did he not know who he was, he'd never even heard of his name because he's just so young. It's just so funny to like. And then as soon as Preacher left the room, everyone was like, "Oh man, he's so young. He doesn't. How sad is that? He doesn't even know who he is."
But that would have been a real low point for Yakov. To be like, the guy doesn't even say your name again. It's like, ugh, everyone is a knife to the heart. Yakov Smirnov.
What? And he thought he was joking with him. He's like, "No, what is he really? Are you messing with me?" Like,
but he didn't think he wasn't really. It's not like he had heard of Yakov Smirnov and thought this guy could not be the actual Yakov.
No,
Smirnov.
He was like, "That's a weird name. You're trying to make me say a weird word." Like, whose name is Yakov Smirnov?
I admire Preacher's confidence there to just boldly tell someone that their name is fake. Right. When you err on the side of caution in that situation, because I don't know, I don't even think Yakov Smirnov is not his given name, right? So I guess he's not going to be that offended. But if that was like your real name, I'd be a little pissed off.
Wow, there could have been fisticuffs going down in the green room there.
Yakov would have lost that fight. I've seen Preacher, man. He's like a tank. Guy's like an athletic wonderkin. Yakov is going to get his ass beat. What a funny fight.
Have you ever seen Yakov with a shirt off?
Yakov shirt off?
Yeah. Because when we were 69, he like hides it well. And
no,
back.
when I 69 Yakov Smirnov, he kept his shirt on. Yakov's shirt on.
Oh, you got ripped off. Ripped off.
No, he was embarrassed. It was like the fat kid at the pool. He was like, "Nah, I don't take it off."
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you agree with me about listen to your heart, though, being phony.
Yes.
Okay. That's the important thing.
That's what it all comes back to.
All right, Johnny, bring us home.
All right. Oh, is this the final one? Did you go
This is the final one. We're going quick.
Oh boy.
Or are we going quick? I've lost
I don't know.
track of all time.
Okay, well, whew, this might be a half-hour discussion on its own.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so I was sent to the grocery store, and my wife said, "Get regular graham crackers." Okay.
Wait.
So
Sorry. Real quick. It looked like you were checking your notes between
I was, because I
regular
forgot what they're called.
and graham crackers.
No, she sent me to get regular graham crackers, and
It really felt like you were making it up as you.
No, I have it on my thing here.
Oh, okay.
I forgot which. Okay, so she said, "Okay, get regular graham crackers."
Mhm.
So I go, and there's two kinds you can get. I even took a picture. I don't know where it is, but you can get cinnamon graham crackers, or you can get honey graham crackers, right?
Oh, I already know the answer to this one. Go ahead.
I have a feeling that I'm
gonna
wrong,
back you. I'm gonna try and back you up, but I feel like
well,
I
I
know
got
the answer to this one.
cinnamon. I got cinnamon. I was like, oh, that sounds good. All right. So you're not backing me up. So I got the cinnamon ones, and I take them home, and she's like, no, you got to get. I said regular. I was like, they don't have regular. They have ones that say cinnamon in like the ribbon, or they have ones that say honey in the ribbon. None of them say regular. And she was like, honey is regular. I was like, oh, maybe in your house, but I don't know that. Is that common knowledge? So I think.
No, I think. See, I didn't even know. Okay, so it's not common knowledge because I didn't even know that cinnamon graham crackers were a thing. I didn't even know that they made.
You didn't even
cinnamon.
know they existed?
No, I would have thought that honey is just like she said. I would have just assumed that there were only honey graham crackers. So I might have been thrown for a loop. Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Were honey and cinnamon equally represented on the shelf? Okay, so that's all you. But look to the right of the. Yeah, if anything, there's more cinnamon ones than there are honey.
No, I had it just to take the picture. I had to move a honey one and put it next to the cinnamon. But yeah, they're equally. They're equally like,
distributed. So it was like Coke and regular.
It was like a top shelf is honey, shelf below is cinnamon. Which one you want?
Okay, see, that's very confusing. So now you're like they're equally. Which one would be regular if they're both? Yeah. You know what I mean?
They specify both.
Original graham crackers for sure, honey. Because you know why I was thinking? I was like, because I have this image, this visual of the honeycomb thing dipping down and touching the cracker, like the picture. So that's why I would have known honey, but
maybe other brands they do that, but not Honey Made. Oh, I guess honey's in the name, but that's I like you discovered on the cruise. I'm not exactly a master of detail. Well, I wouldn't make a good detective.
You're like the worst lawyer ever. You're like, I rest my case. Oh, it looks like my client was pretty guilty. Anyway, because I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Back to my horseshit evidence I dragged in here. Whatever.
No, I mean, it is like, I'm just trying to find an angle here.
I was so adamant, and I just now saw that they're called Honey Made. Whatever.
How was I to know that the honey brand Honey Made graham crackers was the regular graham crackers?
Because in my head, it was
cinnamon
like,
sounds good. Cinnamon sounds like a good graham. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Are they not going to get eaten? Does nobody want them?
No, well, it was for s'mores, so of course they got eaten. You can use cinnamon graham crackers.
Oh yeah, it's like a nice.
Right?
Yeah, but I would be disappointed if it were me.
Okay. I don't know, because the way it's labeled on the box is like, it's like, oh, your choices are, I don't know, strawberry Fanta or grape Fanta. And she said, oh, go get the regular Fanta.
Yeah, well, no, that is confusing.
Strawberry or grape. See?
If you'd never had graham crackers before, this would be confusing. But given your diet, I would have thought graham crackers were a real staple, like something you were big on, but maybe not.
I don't even with s'mores. We made s'mores. I just eat the marshmallows. I'm not a fan of. I don't even like chocolate unless it's part of Reese's peanut butter or peanut butter M&Ms. I mean, there's a long list of exceptions, but
This is another one of your classic attorney Beaner disqualifying your own case. No, I think that that's funny too. You're a picky eater, even when it comes to s'mores. You're like picking off the parts of the s'more you don't.
Yeah, it just takes away from the marshmallow.
I think that it's reasonable to just say we'll get the honey graham cracker, like, or if I would have just said get graham crackers, and then I wouldn't have even said regular, because I just would have assumed there was only one kind. I wouldn't have even known about cinnamon, so I might have been thrown for a loop there.
And I was so confident because normally, I call her like 9 times from the store just to avoid horse shit like this happening. And but I was just like, there's 2 kinds. I'll just get what I think sounds better. Like cinnamon sounds yummier than honey. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to eat them anyway, so I didn't care. But
you got the oregano.
But I was wrong.
Well, I'm not going to eat this shit.
Hey, babe, I got those kale graham crackers you wanted.
Yeah. Truffle oil. S'mores. No, I don't know, man. It's like, I do the same thing, though, from the grocery store. I make a million calls, and I'm like the designated, I don't know about you, but because I went to the grocery store once when COVID-19 started, now it just makes sense for me to always
be the one. Yeah, that's how it is for us too.
Because it's like, oh, you've already gone. You've been you've been exposed, so you can just. I didn't know when I went that first time. I was like signing up for forever.
Yeah, that's your side of the bed now. You know what's funny, and this is just proving your point, but it's funny, is like, because I'm that cliche husband that, like, I can't find this. She comes over. It's right here in front of your face, idiot. So when I'm at the grocery store and I'll be like, babe, I'm telling you, you said to get this whatever brand of bread. They don't have it. And I'll be like, all right. And so they don't have things and I don't get things on the list, I take pictures of the shelf and bring them home. And I would say 30% of the time, she can zoom in on the picture and find what I was supposed to get.
You're the worst.
Very frustrating.
Player. This is like a character in a sketch. The guy who's just always, Your Honor, may I present to you, oh my God, it's a picture of my client killing the guy.
I didn't see that. It's so small in the back.
I thought we cropped that out. Fucking Photoshop. God damn it.
Anyway, you know what I was trying to say, Your Honor.
Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I rest my case.
Slammed.
No, it is. I feel like I'm getting better. It's like, it's funny with this COVID thing, because I go to the grocery store all the time, and I've also been, as like our money is running out, I'm going to worse and worse stores. So we used to be like Whole Foods. Now it's like, then it was like Trader Joe's. Then it was, grocery outlet. Now it's the food bank. No, but my new one is Safeway. I don't know. This is all a very regional thing. These grocery stores is very regional, but we have Safeway is like the Kroger. Do you guys have Kroger? What is it in Wisconsin?
What about Aldi's? Have you ever been there?
I don't have. No Aldi's. I don't know what that is.
I think you have to pay for your cart at Aldi's, like put a quarter in to get it out. I don't know. We tried it when we were in LA, but we just do whatever Kroger version routes.
Yeah,
like pick
where
and
your
save.
phone number works.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, my phone number works here. Okay, that's a good one. Anyway,
what is nice about being the designated grocery store person when you're in my shoes is, like, I went to Costco today, and I get a long list, and sometimes I'm just like, I don't know where that is. So I'm just going to say they didn't have it. And she hasn't been there in forever, so she has no idea if they would have had it or not. Because Costco changes their supply. So I'm like, they only had white rice. They didn't have jasmine. Really? That's so weird. Yeah, they're always changing out their stuff. And then, she hasn't been there in 6 months.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't listen to this episode.
No, she's not going to. That is so funny. You could just be like, "Oh yeah, honey, sorry. There's a real shortage of asparagus lately. I don't know what's going on, but people are hoarding asparagus. They can't keep it in
Just
stock.
empty shelves.
Yeah, but yeah. So I've been trying to like, learn these grocery stores so I can make an efficient trip. So I can start in one. So now I've been like, when I get the list of what I need, I'm like, we got to put the list in categories.
See that
So
my wife does that, which is nice.
Oh, see, that's
she
great.
Knows
that is very,
lumped.
yeah. That's very convenient because I'm putting in 1.5 miles
right
of walking in the store because I'm going back and forth constantly. It's like a 2-hour trip. It's just a nightmare.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like it either.
Or you could do it that way, or you got to read the list every aisle you go down. You got to reread the list every single time.
I know. And then there's like on your phone, there's like no real way to check it off, because I don't have like a physical list.
No.
Sometimes I challenge myself. I leave the list in the car and then I see if I can get everything.
How does that work out for you?
Very poorly.
I always, when she hands me the list, she'll give me a paper list. I take a picture of it because, 1/3 of the times I lose the list before I get to the store. And to, have her call her and say, can you make the list, and just text it to me again. She gets mad. So I'm just like, oh, good thing I took a picture of it before it fell out of my pocket. Pretty smart. Pretty smart for a dummy.
I rest my case.
I make up for my shortcomings in other ways.
Yeah. So anyway, I forget where we started, but the graham crackers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I tried to get there. I just can't, because I'm literally picturing the box and there's like a honeycomb thing on the box of graham crackers.
Yeah, and just the fact that it's called Honey Maid really, it puts I really shot myself in the foot with that one. Yeah. That's fine. That's
all right. We were 3 for 4.
Hey, 3 for 4. That's great. Yeah.
Although I am starting to feel, we're a few episodes in now. I'm starting to feel like maybe there's been a couple you haven't supported me on. Okay, I think we're about equal.
I think there was only one.
Really?
I think it was your food.
I think I might have.
It was your weird don't order the same thing as me.
Oh yeah, the order.
That was the only one.
No, that's like my greatest theory. Oh, you're way off on that. Okay, now I don't feel bad. What are you, a moron?
I wish I could
graham
say the
crackers.
Same. But I have no argument for myself with this graham cracker horse shit.
Well, it's not strong. It's not as strong as Yakov Smirnov holding you down during a 69. Well, folks, that's been the show.
Well, folks, we'll leave you with one visual. It's that.
Yakov Smirnov is easy to get in bed because you just tell him you believe his name is real. Yakov Smirnov. I've heard that. He
lights up.
Oh, makes him so happy.
I like it how episode 2, the title was "Ask Me About My Shithole." Yeah, and I do think it'd be funny if this one we name it 69 with Yakov Smirnov, and if he Googles himself, that's what he finds these days.
He's like, wow, I made it on this extremely low-rated podcast. Big times for Yakov. Yeah. We'd love some Russian bots, though. We should put that Yakov in this title because these Russian bots might upvote us a little bit.
Up our numbers.
I don't know how the internet works, really.
Hey, I think I checked a few days ago. Do we have any 5-star reviews we need to address?
Oh, no, I don't know. Did you check?
I checked a few days ago, and there was only one review, and it was just, you guys are great, and it was probably you.
Oh, well, that's useless. Thanks a lot, jerk. No, thank you for that. We appreciate that. Oh, man, we should have looked this up before.
I know.
We were recording. I don't even know how to look it up.
Here we go. It's Bunky Monkey, May 11th. Bunky Monkey wrote, I loved the first episode and look forward to listening to new episodes every week. Thank you, Bunky Monkey. And I'm glad to know that was not you. I was like, oh, I wonder if Andrew did that just to get it started.
No. Bunky Monkey was taken. I'm Bunky Monkey 7.
Oh, you're Bunky Monkey 7. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but thank you, Bunky Monkey. And thank you to everybody who's been listening. Please leave a comment and say what you need backup on, because if you do that, we will, like Johnny just did, we'll give you a shout out and we will try and support you on whatever
we'll back you up. Even if it's something stupid like graham crackers, even if you
Johnny
sound like
will
a total idiot.
Johnny will definitely back you up because
yeah.
he needs all the help he can get. So
yes, I need more teammates
for the reciprocation. No, I'm with you, buddy. Just that one was tough. But we'll see you next week.